Alright, so I think I'm just about ready to get started. Hey everyone that's coming in. How you doing? So, I did a poll after finishing Yakuza 1, and as it turned out, it was a very close poll. It was a tie, like a three-way tie, for basically the whole thing, until Pikmin got one extra vote. And to be honest, if Pikmin if there was like a huge tie, I would have started with Pikmin anyways, because it had an equal amount of votes to the other ones, as well as being generally a shorter game. So yeah, this game isn't very big, but it is one of my favorite games. I've played this game a lot, and I think my record is beating it in 13 or 13 days, probably. That's probably my record right here. So yeah, we'll just get started right away. My name is Captain Olimar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. I must have blacked out, and I awoke on the surface of a weird planet. With so many parts lost, the skeletal hull of my dolphin is a painful sight. The engine is gone. Stranded. To make matters worse, my atmospheric sensors indicate that this planet's environment contains high levels of poisonous oxygen. My life support systems can function for only 30 days. I can't repair the dolphin. By then, no, better not think about it. Must find the missing ship parts. So I actually think this game will be a lot easier to commentate over than Yakuza was as well. Mostly because Yakuza has so much like talking scenes, and I'd rather not interrupt the dialogue if that makes any sense. Strange thing appeared before me. I had barely begun my search when it reared up as if it were waiting for me, and it dropped a single seed. What is it? Is it alive? Is it a machine? It resembles a vegetable from my home planet that we called an onion. I shall call this an onion too. Yeah, other than this first day with the massive amount of text and reading out all the ship parts and all that, I think there's a lot less to like be interrupted by. See that the onion drop took root in the soil and is now producing an adorable little sprout. This sprout emits a strange light and it sways back and forth without benefit of wind. I cannot help but think it's calling to me. I'm compelled. I must approach it and press A. And these little cute things pop up. Extraordinary. When I plucked the sprout, it turned out to be a living creature, not a plant. Picking it has done no visible damage. It just stands there, staring at me. Its shape is similar to the pick brand carrots I love so much. I believe I shall call it a Pikmin. Here I am, stranded on a toxic planet, fighting to survive, and yet I'm intrigued. I must research this fascinating creature. I shall grab it and throw it with A. I'll call to my side with B. Perhaps it'll react to C and X as well. Following controls appear to allow me several viewpoints. I must survive. I need to familiarize myself with these controls and my surroundings. So yeah, we just have our first day here. Nothing much. Where was I? Astonishing. The onion is sown more seeds. Small red pellet the Pikmin is harvested after cutting down a flower appears to be some type of food. The Pikmin can prognate more Pikmin. The onion seems to be some sort of incubator. Needless to say, I must study this strange life form more. So yeah, if you guys don't know what Pikmin is, you sprout these guys, you create a massive army, and you take down basically everything that stands in your way in order to get your ship parts and go back home. And I'm currently playing the GameCube version, which means that my cursor is limited. However, if you get used to the controls, it's really not that bad. I actually would prefer it over the Wiimote. Especially here, because my sensor bar for the Wii is in such an odd place, it would actually be more difficult to use the Wiimote as a cursor than the GameCube. So, our first day here isn't much. We're just looking for pellets to sprout Pikmin until we get our first ship part, which will be the engine. Of course. Now if you throw Pikmin onto the top of the flower, it will instantly go down rather than having to hit it about 4 or 5 times, like usual. And although there's no timer on the first day, this game is all about efficient resource management and time management. And of course, it's not on the first day, just so that you can get used to everything that's happening right now. Oops. I played this game so much that I might consider speedrunning it, but a lot of the tricks are pretty insane if you look at the different types of speedruns. Because there's several types because of how the game works. Because the game has a set time limit of roughly 20 minutes that are... Yeah, it has a set time limit for each day that's about 20 minutes, and you have a overall time limit of 30 days. So, I'm not sure how long that is, but I can beat the game in about 13 in-game days, as you saw earlier in the menus. And that's roughly 4, maybe 5 hours, I'm not so sure. Excluding, like, menu times, of course, but because of the way the days are divided up, there's very interesting different ways of speedrunning that people make. There's, of course, real time, as usual, but then there's also in-game time, days, which actually includes 30 minutes of standing around, doing nothing, waiting for the Pikmin to become flowers, which I'll mention later. The Pikmin are as curious as children. They would form groups that perform various tasks that would be impossible for an individual. A glimmer of hope has begun to shine in my heart. If I can make use of their skills, perhaps I can fix my ship. I shall sum up all I've learned about Pikmin conduct. And that's all the controls in case you weren't entirely sure the first time. And of course, right here is the engine. Amazing! There's no mistaking it. The ship's engine rests before my very eyes. By a stroke of pure luck, I have already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damaged craft. Fate has smiled upon me, but... how will I get it back to the dolphin? Now, normally we would just have the Pikmin carry it, but this requires 20 Pikmin and we only have 12. And besides, we have all the time in the world to spend here, so we may as well get all the Pikmin and resources that we can get right away, because that will be very important later. So of course, A is to throw a Pikmin, and B is to call them. This is very important. Look at all the small Pikmins. Hey, Phoenix Storm. Yeah, kind of like ants, if ants were cute, if that makes sense. In any case, where was I? Oh, right, so yeah, A and B is throwing and calling, which is of course very important. X is to dismiss Pikmin, which is very useful later on when you have various colors. And oh, when many Pikmin seeds sprout at once, I find it rather tedious to pluck from the ground individually. My wife always told me I was no good at routine tasks. Guess I'll try tapping it all at once to get done. Oh, where did all my words go? By repeatedly tapping A until I pick all the Pikmin from the ground. What? I've noticed that when I add Pikmin to my group, they become filled with excitement and flush with bright color, and other times they revert to a paler hue. They give a dim glow. Paying close attention to these differences is bound to help me distinguish between Pikmin. This is basically just saying both that you can pluck faster by tapping A, which is what I've been doing when there's multiple Pikmin, and you'll automatically run over to the next Pikmin and pluck them as well. It's also saying that when you dismiss a Pikmin, or if a Pikmin is just standing around, it will be pale, like that. I'm a small alien in a big world. It's a big thing if I don't find enough parts. This is true. Because this planet is basically Earth. It may not be Earth, and there's various theories surrounding it, stating that it could be Earth after, like, a post-apocalyptic scenario. You know, after all the humans are gone, but it may or may not be. So I think 23 is the max. Either that or it's 25 and I'm missing one. But that's fine. Because we only need 20 to carry this engine back. And, okay. Because sometimes, the way that Pikmin grapple onto things is that they actually grapple onto the surface around it. So if there's a lot of Pikmin over in one area, and you try to have a Pikmin join in on that area, it'll try to find an empty spot, and if it doesn't, then it might idle for a bit longer before trying again to find it. And of course, you can go a little over. I'm not sure how much over. I think it's roughly a third or double. I think it's actually double the amount shown on the number that you can use to carry Pikmin. And of course, that'll increase its speed. Now, what button? I think it's D-pad? No, it's not X. Whoops. Oh, yeah, the Y brings up the map in the HUD in a different perspective, but we'll get to that later because we don't actually have a map yet. Oh, glorious. With the help of these Pikmin, I've taken a huge step back towards home. My ship can once again lift off, the glimmer of hope is beginning to burn more brightly. What has become of the remaining parts? That search starts tomorrow. And of course, once you get that engine part, the day just ends. Because the tutorial's over. You've learned all that you really need to know, you just have to get better at managing it and master all the mechanics. And another thing that I love about this game is that you can visibly see your progress in the ship parts that are both visible on the ship, which are actually required to beat the game. There are very few parts that are not required to beat the game, so you may as well, if you're able to. Or 100% it, I mean, complete it. Like, there's only about 5. One day since impact. I've somehow managed to launch the Dolphin, but I was surprised to see the Onion lift off with me. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface, or they've merely decided to join me for other reasons? Either way, it seems they will help me again tomorrow. The Dolphin is missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family on planet Hokotai? Analysis shows the life support systems will function only for 29 more days. How can I repair my Dolphin in such a short time? Dense forest is visible on the surface below. As it holds the keys to my survival, I name it the Forest of Hope. I explore tomorrow. And of course, we get a little results screen every time after every day, rather. And our parts are the parts available are indicated by these stars down here. Of course, we can't get every part right away, because the second part over here, we will actually have to return to after the third area. Now I've played this game so many times that I've actually developed some kind of routine strategy, almost. It has been a while since the last time I played this game, however, so I'm a bit rusty. I'll admit it. But yeah, there's a lot of visual cues to how much progress you've been making in both Pikmin and ship parts. Of course, my dolphin has returned along to the surface with the Pikmin's onion. Being alone on this strange planet makes me somewhat uneasy, so I call the Pikmin out of the onion. All I need to do is stand in the light beneath the onion and press A. So yeah, we just stand under it and call out our Pikmin this way. But yeah, we can see our progress through the numbers of Pikmin both in the onion and in the field, as well as the environment around us and our ship itself whenever we manage to get more ship parts. And it's a great thing. I love this game. You can even see it in the ship when it launches off, because at first, of course, it's very rickety, very unstable. But as you get more ship parts, the launch becomes more and more stable. Like, subtly. And of course, the more Pikmin you have on something, the faster you can do things, and that's not the only thing. Actually, I'll get a couple of these guys to come over here. Because the Pikmin will start picking grass, whether or not you want them to. Which can be a bit annoying if you're out in the field trying to do other things. But, let's hope that doesn't happen again, but... Another intriguing discovery. A local variety of grass produces some sort of yellow nectar. When the Pikmin drink this delicacy, they instantly mature into flowers. This apparent Pikmin favorite seems to be full of nutrition. Closer observation is needed to determine the strengths and peculiarities of these flower Pikmin. Alright, let's try to avoid having only one drink it, because I'm not sure how many can drink it, but a lot can drink it. We just need them to be all grouped up in such a way, like in a clump, so that they all get it at the start, like all at once. And then a whole bunch is able to drink it all at once, and we get a lot of flowers. And flowers are considerably stronger, faster, and just plain better than leaves in about every single way. So flowered Pikmin are very important. So here's our first enemy, the Dwarf Ballboard, and that's not good. You could surround them with Pikmin, which works fairly well, or you can alternatively just throw a Pikmin on their head, and that actually instantly kills them. So we're gonna want a decent amount of reds, and I'm kind of just lollygagging right now. This has been a while again. But hopefully we'll actually get our second type of Pikmin over here soon, which is going to be the yellows. They're just beyond that gate over there. Now, you don't actually need that many of yellows throughout the entire game. Like, I think at most you need like 20, 30 if you end up losing a lot of them. Why? It's the Eternal Fuel Dynamo. It has an unlimited energy supply. I won't have to worry about saving electricity anymore. This will make my fight for survival a bit easier. Of course we'll want— oh, we don't even have enough Pikmin to pick that up. Well, we'll want that right away whenever we can get it. So in the meantime, we'll have the Pikmin carry this. So yeah, when the so that pellet is full, so if there's extra Pikmin trying to find a place, they'll actually not be able to find one. And if you're not nearby after they get briefly sad that they can't help, they'll actually go idle. So it's very important that you pay attention to that, otherwise you might end up leaving Pikmin behind. I'll get into leaving Pikmin behind later. actually, since that's 10 Pikmin, that'll actually be enough to push us over the edge and allow us to be able to pick up the fuel dynamo. And let's just speed up those flowers. Another cool bonus is that each color corresponds to a Pikmin. There's red, yellow, and blue pellets. And if you actually bring them to their corresponding onion, you get an additional Pikmin. So instead of just getting one, you get two. But by the time we get yellows, it'll probably be around midday, and we won't have the time to come back around this area and to raise their numbers, because the onion will be over there in that same area until the next day. So this game is all about planning ahead, deciding what you're going to do, and going for it, as well as effectively managing just plain everything. It's an RTS. Alright, so now that we have about 50 Pikmin, we'll have... Oh, a lot of them are leaves, actually. Maybe we can find nectar. But as for now, we'll just have them carry this back. See, like this, they just became idle, even though there were more spots, but they couldn't find one. We'll just have these guys work on this gate for now. They're not gonna make very much progress, but they'll make a bit. We'll get all the rest over and decide what to do then. Because it's still the first half of the day, so we still have plenty of time. Of course, soon that we won't have plenty of time, and I'll be struggling to find something I'm going to be able to do within the time, without risking anything. Bam, right there. Eternal Fuel Dynamo. This should light things up. No more candles for me. I've now recovered 2 out of 30 parts. So after you get a certain amount of ship parts within an area, you actually unlock a new area, increasing your flight capabilities. Now, there's actually a part up here that I want to get. I may as well get this 5 as well. So let's throw our Pikmin up here so that we can move up here. Because there actually is a way to get up here from right in our area. If you touch a Pikmin, they'll also come to you as well if you don't want to whistle them. So there's water over here. Pikmin, other than blue, can't swim. So obviously, can't have them come up that way. Luckily, we are smart, so we just threw them up here, and now we're up here too. Of course, there's a problem with this guy, but the ideal strategy is to just walk up behind him and kick his butt. Okay, it's not working right. Alright. Yeah, ideally, you'll be able to kill him before he's able to even get up and do anything. It's the shock absorber. This apparatus counteracts the shaking and swaying that normally occurs during flight. It's smooth sailing in this place, usually. With this in place, usually. So yeah, this needs about 30, so we do need a decent amount up here. And there's actually a decent amount up here. And we actually do want that ball orb, so let's take... I think we need 10. Whoops. Accidentally called too much. So we can actually count, if we want, by just throwing the Pikmin on. Clock has indicated the coming of noon. From now on, I must pay close attention to the sun meter on my monitor and choose my actions accordingly. Alright, basically, oh, it's just saying to manage your time carefully. So we'll just add a couple more on here and they'll be able to take it back. They're also pushing the bulb orb a little bit. But big bulb orbs like that take about 10 Pikmin to carry, I believe. Yeah. So we wanted to carry both, so what is happening? Pushed it into the wall. Okay, there we go. Couldn't find a spot because it was in the wall. Space, go ahead. Alright, this Pikmin... So these Pikmin often have a bit of a personality, in that sometimes they're... Okay, you can carry that. That works too. Sometimes they don't always do what you want them to do. These two guys are working pretty hard, but they're not getting anywhere. They need help. And they're about to get it. Shock Absorber. This nifty little device counteracts the shaking and swaying experienced in a typical space flight. Now recovered 3 out of 30 parts. We just need 2 more. Okay, so we have a lot of Pikmin here. Most of them are leaves, so let's see. Generally, the flowers will actually stay up front, which is very convenient. So let's actually try to get these up to flowers if there is any nectar in here, because sometimes there isn't any at all. So you kind of just want to get them all in there, and as soon as they start drinking, it like locks off after a little bit. And I think we have just about everyone in here as a flower now. Oh, we do. It is everyone. Alright. So we'll pick those guys after we put these guys on gate duty. Now that we have 50, this will break down so much faster. We have 74 on the field. I think I'll put back around 10 because I want to get around 15 to 20 yellows on the field, which will take a little bit as well. Now, as you can see, some of these guys are bulbs. If you leave them in the ground for a little bit of time, they'll transform from leaves to bulbs to flowers. And that's pretty convenient if you're off doing stuff while there's just Pikmin in the ground. But usually, you don't really need that. I can put these guys back, though. Alright, let's hope that they just stand there. I'm scared. Alright, good. They're standing there. Because there are enemies right beyond this gate. And idle Pikmin just go off and do whatever. They don't care about anything. Alright. And even if they're... that's tripping. We'll get into that in a bit, but... Even if they're following you, if they find something they want to do, they're gonna go off and do it. So you gotta be careful of that. Now, let's see. I want to put these guys off over here. Yeah, they won't do anything. And we found our next Pikmin. Just gotta wait for it to come up. Very cute. This color is different, but it seems to be a Pikmin nonetheless. At first glance, it suggests this one has what, in some circles, could be considered very large ears. It looks like it may weigh less than the others, but the other Pikmin might be different from it, the red Pikmin. No matter. Obviously quite similar, so I will call this one a Pikmin as well. So yes, these Pikmin are yellow Pikmin. They are much like the red Pikmin, in that all the basic mechanics apply, except that these guys can be thrown higher, and they have a special ability that we will see soon. Now we want this guy to start carrying this stuff, and we need to get our numbers up. And I will... Whoops. And I will get into carrying strategies in a second, because the Pikmin that carries things back brings it to its own colored onion. So what if there's mixed colors? It'll bring it to the Pikmin, or it'll bring it to the onion, rather, that of the color that the most Pikmin are carrying it. So we actually do want the reds here to help with these yellow Pikmin very soon. Because that red bulb up there is basically going to just get us to the point where we need to be. Yellow Pikmin, numbers-wise. Yeah, we can just do it. So we only got like 8 here. This, 9 rather, because this guy wanted to go off and do this. And it'll obviously be pretty slow, but if we get like 3 people, or 3 reds, maybe even 5, we'll start carrying it to this yellow onion. Because the majority are yellows, so they're going to the yellow onion. Very useful information. Also, another cool thing is while you're walking around, if you're walking in a straight line and the Pikmin are able to, they'll actually divide themselves by colors automatically. And if you need them to be in each individual color while standing around, or you're moving in like a circle, you can press X and they'll actually sort themselves out. Very convenient, very nice. And it's actually starting to get late. But this is a part of the plan. This is about where I expect it to be. So let's pick these guys up, and we'll demonstrate the yellow's power. Let's see, we should have everyone. Yes, we do. Great. So it's almost sundown, hurry up. So we're fine for now, but basically this is my clock is indicating the approach of sunset. Pikmin waiting beneath the dolphin and onions will probably enter the onions on their own, but if I don't call the stragglers and add them to my group, they may not be able to get back. I'm sure that Pikmin still planted are safe, but I'm somewhat concerned about leaving Pikmin to fend for themselves in the darkness. This is basically telling us that if you leave a Pikmin out during the day, or at night, when you leave, they're not coming back. You will actually lose them, and you'll get a cutscene that shows the wildlife just wrecking the Pikmin. And it's sad. Yellow Pikmin have picked up some peculiar stones. Why did they decide to grab them? This action seems to be instinctive to the yellow Pikmin, but what are these strange glowing stones? Brightly glowing cracks to cover them. Perhaps these cracks indicate within tremendous power locked away within this merits further research. So actually, yellow Pikmin are able to carry bombs. These guys will also separate themselves if they are able as well. Like that. And they're able to blow up walls. And yes, you can stack bombs and their effects do stack. You can throw 2 bombs at once and their effects will stack. The more bombs you put up, yeah. Glowing rocks the yellow Pikmin picked up seem to be explosive stones. Perhaps they know these stones can be used as powerful weapons. Bomb rocks are dangerous, so I must take care when using them. But they should be able to blast open the stone walls that block pathways. I may even be able to use them against some wild creatures. I must be vigilant. Basically saying what I just said. So yeah, some of these take 3, but a lot of them oftentimes take 6 or so. And you actually want to use as many bombs as you can during the day, because... alright. Let's not be stupid here for a second. That was close. Alright, let's hurry up and call everyone. So bombs are actually limited. Alright, we don't need a 2-second countdown. We have everyone. So let's just end it right now. So, where was I? Bomb rocks. Right. Bomb rocks respawn after every day. But there's a limited amount, so if you need more rocks, basically it's a good idea to just use as many as you can to clear all the walls that you can clear out immediately. So that the next day you'll have more. So yeah, we have just about all the yellows we need for hopefully the entire game. At most we'll need like 15 at a time. 2 days since impact. It appears that... Sorry. Many of my ship parts have landed in this region. I can just recover the parts of my radar. I should be able to use my radar screen. How would that improve my chances? And I'd only have to press Y to locate my parts. Yet, there seem to be many hostile life forms here. If I'm attacked and my spacesuit takes damage, I must return to the ship, stand in front of it, and press A to make suit repairs. As I explore, I must pay attention to my suit's damage meter, the bottom left corner of my screen. This is basically saying that you have to be careful when taking damage, because you will go down. So yeah, now we have about 29. Yeah, it's about 30. We should be good for basically most of the game now. And maybe we should get some more reds if it's convenient. But 74 is also a good number of reds to have, because you can't have more than 100 Pikmin out in the field at once. So yeah, I'm just gonna vocalize my plans whenever I make it. So today we're going to hopefully get the radar and some other parts that we'll plan on as we go through. So let's just take out like 65 reds. If you walk away while they're coming out as well, I believe that they'll also idle if you get too far. And maybe about 15 yellows. Another thing is that it's actually considerably easier if you have 100 Pikmin out in the field if you want to start sprouting more. This is because when there's 100 Pikmin on the field, that's the max, so any more Pikmin is automatically just stored in the onion. And, alright, we only had one in there. That's fine. I believe I saw someone trip. So, tripping is a very common mechanic here, and it's fairly annoying, to be honest. What'll happen is a Pikmin will trip and fall, and now you gotta wait for him to get back up, but there's actually an easy way to bypass this. If you dismiss your Pikmin, it'll cancel out their tripping animation and dismiss themselves. And that way, you can actually just call them back very easily, because otherwise you can't call back a Pikmin that is tripped. Which makes the whole process, like, annoying. So yeah, there are several bomb rock locations in each area that just respawn regularly. So what I want to do right now is just clear out some of the walls that are left. And you also want to be careful when they're picking up bomb rocks, because sometimes if you leave them to their own devices, or like if you try to call them while they're trying to pick up a bomb rock, they'll actually drop it and activate it. So if you're not paying attention, you could actually lose a considerable amount of Pikmin that way. Not good. So we kind of just want to clear out these walls. Also, you'll know a Pikmin is priming a bomb rock. Yeah. So as you can see there, the third Pikmin actually realized it was in danger from the last two bombs and actually automatically ran back. So these guys, they're somewhat smart. They're not the smartest, but they're trying. And that's what matters. If you hold the C-stick, they'll actually stay closer to you if you hold it up, because in the C-stick they'll point whatever direction. So where was I? Oh, right. They'll actually know that they're priming up a bomb when they're just standing there with a bomb, but they're not dismissed. They're not, like, pale or anything. Alright, let's be careful here, because these guys are actually a huge pain in the... Oh, we have a bomb. Let's not... Come... Oh, well, he's gone. He's not gone? Wait, what? Okay, so usually these male shear grubs here, if they catch a Pikmin, it's over. That Pikmin's gone. It's getting chaotic. Let's just throw a bunch. They'll hit. Okay, so we didn't lose to the shear grub, but we lost to the Bulborb. Again, much like the Dwarf Bulborb, hitting these guys on the head will kill them instantly. Come back, please. Come back. No. Panicking. And things are getting reckless. Things are getting messy. And these guys can attack it if they want. The female ones, the pale ones, actually don't do... Actually, we want to take care of that guy. Because I think they'll automatically path themselves this way. Why are you picking this up? Whoa! What made this guy mad? Not good. Let's just hide here for a bit. Yeah, I don't know what... What Pikmin just brought it back to the base and... He must have grazed the Bulborb. And without getting killed, surprisingly. Oh, keep missing. That's okay, because... You know what, just take him. Just take him back. We'll get more. So yeah, there's a lot of materials here. It's a little chaotic. And you know what, I'll just let them bring it back. I don't know why they sometimes bring it back while in your party and sometimes they don't. it's somewhat annoying. But anyways, here's our radar, which is what we really need. Because this is where I take all my planning. My whimsical radar. With this, I'll be able to see all nearby ship parts in a single glance. I just have to press Y to check it. Fills me with great hope. Of course, there's actually a rock wall over here. This one, however, is black, which means it is tougher and more reinforced. Sure, take that back. I don't care anymore. So yeah, Pikmin will do whatever they want. So that means we're gonna need, like, I don't know, 9 bombs to actually take that thing down? Yeah, I believe it's 3 each level, unlike the ones that we've encountered before, which is only 1 per level. Guys, okay? Whimsical radar. This important part can detect the locations of other missing parts. The radar can be added to my monitor, which I can press with Y, blah blah blah. This will surely help me in my search for remaining parts. We just need one more part to expand our horizons, which we will actually need to do today, because I don't want to just sit here twiddling my thumbs while we get, and wasting time while we could get more ship parts if we had the next type of Pikmin. Please don't throw the bombs at the sheer grubs. Okay. Let's just ignore that. That didn't happen. So yeah, if you... Whoops. Happened again. Okay. Guys, no. I'm very scared of this bomb throwing the bomb at the sheer grub. Yeah, sure, you can take those back. Try to recover. You okay? Hey, be careful. No! You wasted it. Okay. So if you throw a non-bomb Pikmin with bomb Pikmins, chances are that non-bomb Pikmin is actually going to die, because they're not going to set down the bomb and run away. They're actually going to try to break down the wall by sheer force, and that doesn't work, obviously. Alright, that works. So, I think we can take that back. I think we have enough Pikmin here to carry this bolt back. We do not. I believe that the bolt requires 40 Pikmin, and we only got 17. That's okay. If we can walk over to base, we'll just get all the rest we need. So, probably don't want to have them carry it back. It's the extraordinary bolt. I bought this incredible bolt because the salesman told me it's of extraordinary quality. It is indiscernible to the average person. Exactly what makes it so extraordinary is a secret. But just look at it. Extraordinary. So yeah, we'll just leave these guys here. Oh, it's only 30. So yeah, we'll leave these guys here as we go back. I believe that's all the bombs in that side. And there's more bombs over there, but we'll get to that soon. Why did my controller vibrate? What are bulbs? Also, oftentimes when a Pikmin gets shaken off, they'll actually lose a level, if that makes sense. They'll go from flower to bulb or bulb to leaf, so be careful with that. Alright. So let's see, we're actually going to want half of this crew to take back the bolt, and then we're going to do some stuff with the other half. Whoops. Okay, that should be fine. So a big part of this game as well is multitasking in order to get things done very quickly. So these guys can carry this back. Please carry that back. Please find a spot. I don't want to have to come looking for you later. Another useful part of the radar is that you can actually see where your Pikmin are as well. There's another side mentioning. So yeah, let's take these guys back. And what we're gonna do is we're actually going to go through here. Wow, these guys are fast. These are yellows, and there's a lot of them. And this guy's got you. Those are a little tricky. Well, okay. That's not what I wanted to happen. And hopefully, nothing plays out during this cutscene, but I believe there might be things happening. The extraordinary bolt. This bolt holds the kind of value only a true connoisseur can understand. We can now go to the next area, which is what we really needed. Because otherwise, we could only get like 2 ship parts here, and then we'd have to waste the rest of the day. Don't want that. Anyways, that's not good. Let's run. If the small bulborb screams like that, it actually awakens the big bulborb. Please get in here. Alright, he can't reach us, so he should just turn around and leave. So yeah, it alerts the big bulborb. And that's obviously not good. You only really want to hit these guys when they're sleeping. If possible. Because now he's done for. There's no chance he can... Please? What is happening? Why aren't you dying? Okay, I don't know who exactly he ate. Alright, so obviously their path is blocked because they're carrying something without my permission. Whatever. I'm getting a little frustrated. That's okay. But yeah, that's because we want to hit that wall down. Now you can actually break that wall with Pikmin using the usual means, but that takes forever. So we're just going to use bombs. Yeah, there you go. I believe it only takes 3. You can also use 4, and these guys are going to have to get out of the way. And over here, please. Alright. Thought I threw the wrong guy, and please... Yeah, you don't... If you throw a bomb, he'll be primed, so you don't want to call him, otherwise he'll drop the bomb. Please! Okay. He'll drop the bomb, and you'll have to deal with that. So you actually just want to touch him. And that'll actually enable you to, call him back without blowing anything up. I found the Nova Blaster. This emits a dazzling burst of light capable of destroying almost anything. I'm not exactly sure about this, but the promotional brochure claims that its blast can travel through the currents of space-time, smashing through stars and into rifts of space. So it's almost nighttime. They can probably take this back if they hurry. And if everyone works together. It looks like they are, so we'll be good. Let's check the map, just in case there's any stragglers, and we'll actually want to pick up those yellows before we go. Of course, it wouldn't be too much harm to leave them, but... We want to bring them into the next area, because bombs, obviously. And we'll probably bring some more Pikmin to help them out. Because they are kind of going a little slowly. They could go a bit faster. And when it's almost sundown, like it is right now, you want every second to count. Of course, that also means leaving them idling like this, potentially, so, you know, pros and cons. What was I doing? Alright, picking the Pikmin. Nova Blaster. This is a weapon of such incredible destructive force that it can blast stars into tiny pieces. That's a strange allure. Now only need 6 more parts, which we will start getting in the next area. Now obviously, there are some pieces that we can't get right now. There's a piece way over there that's obstructed by water, and since Pikmin can't swim, we can still technically get that, but that involves potentially drowning Pikmin. We can't really do much right now, I believe? Let me think. I suppose we could maybe try bombing some things. So let's put away all of our red Pikmin. We don't need them right now. And yeah, we can deal with just 18. I don't think we'll actually have time to bomb this wall that I'm thinking about. No, we don't. Okay, let's just end it. Was this all day 2? No, this was day 3. Okay. I was about to be really impressed with myself and also confused. You know, there are insane people that are able to do each area in one day. Utter madmen. But yeah. No one left behind. Looks good for us. 3 days since impact. I now add yellow Pikmin to my list of discoveries. These creatures can wield bomb rocks, so perhaps I can use them to blast down rock walls and open up new regions. Red and yellow Pikmin, as well as bomb rock areas, break into squads and dismissed. That's also a good point that it brings up there. If you're holding a Pikmin of similar color, or I guess rank you could say, like go up to you. So if you're holding a leaf red, all the leaf reds will come up to the front. If you're holding a flower red, the flower reds will come up to the front. If you're holding a bomb yellows come up, and so on. So our next area is the forest navel. I'm gonna need a drink of water, but I have none. All my water's gone. I'm gonna have to get it after I finish up, I suppose. My strategies are just so in-depth that whenever I have to say it out loud, I just go on forever, because I'm so smart. Alright, so I'll probably just need like 15 of these guys. And we'll actually not really need them right now. We'll need like, I don't know, 40? I don't remember the ideal amount. But you know what, we'll just have everyone work together on this wall here. Getting this wall down is probably important. I don't remember why, but it is. And we'll just kind of explore a little bit right over here. Now, we want to use every second of this day, because we actually do need quite a number of blues, which is right here. Now, I don't remember the exact amount, but I do know that we need roughly over 100 blues, rather than the normal, like, about 75-ish of each other ones. By each other ones, I mean reds. Oh no. Not this guy. No, this guy's cute. I meant the bread guy. It's a Pikmin of yet another color. Near this one's cheeks is what appears to be a set of gills. This trait suggests to me that the blue-type Pikmin can enter water without any trouble whatsoever. There's only one way to find out. Well, I mean, he's standing in water, so you would assume... What? Can you go away, please? Thank you. So that guy actually holds a ship part, but we don't want him nearby because we actually need more than one Pikmin to do anything with him. And he goes after basically whatever garbage is lying around. So we want this guy to... Is this guy okay? Alright, now we can handle this guy, now that we have about 3 Pikmin. So we want this pellet. Alright. Basically... Hey. You actually have to have, like, an amount a little over the amount shown on the pellet in order to get this guy. That'll delete most of his health, then you can throw, like, 1 Pikmin onto him. If you're able to. I might have a rough time with this. You'll still go after pellets, so you could use it a second time to get him. If you need to. And he'll die and also drop a ship part. This unfortunately means that we need a lot of blues to get this raft out of here. This space float. Thank goodness, my space float. This float is an absolute necessity for any pilot who likes skill at swimming in space. But the main prize for the blues is the bread bug itself, because I think this guy gives quite a bit of... Okay, well, I guess he only gives us 3. Never mind. The real prize was the space float. But every little bit counts. And hey, we don't actually need that many. And we're just barely not enough to carry this back. And by just barely, I mean like considerably. We'll just leave these guys standing around over there while we think about what to do. So there's actually a considerable amount of parts in the water that require a large amount of Pikmin. So we're actually going to need a lot of blues. So we're going to do the best we can today, and then tomorrow we're actually going to go to a different area now that we have blues and yellows. Alright. Let's be careful though, because this area down here has many bad guys. I found the automatic gear. This thing chugs right along at its own pace, and it makes piloting so much easier, giving me the time to concentrate on the finer points of space travel. Now they're gonna fall down and like clunk themselves, but that's fine. Now what's important for the blues and us is these guys. Let's actually separate the yellows out. We don't want the reds to do. Reason being, reds actually do 1.5 times damage, so they actually do considerably more damage. Don't get caught. There you got caught. Yeah, that's what I was expecting the first time. Wait, those guys are carrying that back. And these guys are carrying it back. Don't carry that back. It's for the blues. Right here. We are also going to want these guys to be the max amount of carrying, because otherwise the other guys will try to join in the carrying, and that won't end pleasantly for anyone, and please get out of the way. Mission accomplished. You're not blue, please don't try to swim. Oh, not the gear. Automatic gear. It has thin cracks running through it. I tried to fill them with dirt. Hope it'll be alright. I don't know, maybe a clay would be better fit. That way, when it heats up, it'll actually stay in place. It's pretty permanent. I believe that's about enough to actually carry the space float back. And it doesn't matter who carries this back right after they get out of the water. Because there's no water in the path after that. Yeah, we actually do have a good amount. So yeah, let's bring that back. It'll be a bit slow coming out of the water, but that's because these guys just came out. They're fine. They're trying their best. You know what? Let's actually call these guys back. Because we can have them doing some more growing stuff. And we'll have these guys carry it back from here. There you go. So what are these guys gonna do? Good question. I don't know. Let's pause. We have half a day, so let's not waste it. So let's pause and think. We could go for that ship part right there. Because that only requires reds, which we have plenty of. We also probably want to build the bridges that lead down here as well within the time that we have. And we'll shelf the blues for a little bit, for basically the rest of the day, until we get a lot more. The ones that are required tomorrow. We'll also want to start bombing the walls down, that's right, because there's so many walls that you actually, and there's not a whole lot of bombs, so bombing walls each time you're here is actually very important. So let's wait for these guys to come back. Which way are they coming from? I don't know why they're going that way. Let's have these guys start constructing this, which will be very important. Actually, we'll divide these up. Alright, I tried to divide them, didn't work. Too many distractions. Stop. Why? Headphones on reverse? Alright, dismissed. You guys come here. Well, why are they hitting the wall? Whatever. So the important walls to get rid of is... Ooh, there's some fire guys here. Let's be careful. And there's a leaf on our party, so... Oh no, not you. That's the iridescent flint beetle. He shows up only in the worst... He only shows up when it's most inconvenient. And that's it. And now that I think about it, maybe it's not such a good idea to go over there right away after all. We'll probably need to build those bridges first. Oh, dang, I didn't read that. Sermon like me doesn't need it, but just in case. Which is basically what he was saying. Alright, well, I wasted some time. Whoops. Not a good place to trip. Where's our last guy? We had 9, didn't we? Alright, well, there's no one over here, so let's keep going. Which way do I get up from? It's much faster to build those bridges, because otherwise you have to come up all the way from over here. Especially when carrying things. So let's actually get this built right away. If these guys are sitting up here, let's get them on the bridge as well so we can complete it like that. These guys are kind of just hammering away at this wall hopelessly. A good way to get all of your Pikmin onto something, if you're nearby, is both C-sticking, and then if there's a couple numbers left, just dismissing them. Because then they'll automatically get impulsive and just do it. Alright, they're almost done with this bridge. They're actually going at a pretty good pace. I don't think we have to kill these guys right now, so we can save time by not doing that. We just have to be careful. We may as well get some nectar, because otherwise they're going to start pulling this out anyways. And by doing this, we can effectively get more flowers and be more efficient. Alright, so if they do this, if you throw them, like, just barely at the corner, they'll either stand there, or they'll start building the bridge from the very corner, and that's what we want. We want them all on this bridge. We may as well get the spring as well, because this opens up a very convenient... These guys ain't doing much, so let's help them out. Alright. This actually builds a bridge over to some very convenient bomb rocks that we need. And a ship part. I believe there are more bomb rocks over here in this area, but that is very far. We'll deal with the these flaming dudes later. As for now, we're gonna go onto the other end, build the other side of the bridge. Found my gravity jumper. By manipulating the forces of gravity, this key component gives me the final boost I need to make the jump to super light speed. Good thing I found it. It's just a spring. Alright, so let's have everyone here build. Yeah, because we can't just... I mean, we could just, but that would take forever. And what I mean by just is I mean walking around and putting the yellows. Well, let's just walk around on the corner over here. I believe that's all the Pikmin out in the field working on that bridge. Yeah. So, I suppose we'll waste some time and wait here for a second. Because even though we're short on time, not really, and we need to spend every moment making plans, we have to take a moment to chill out for a second, you know? So after this, I'm gonna send the reds onto the spring, and then I'm gonna get the yellows to quickly get bombs. The reason why I need the red specifically to get the spring is because of these fire guys over here. Reds are immune to fire. And we have some bombs over here. It only looks like 3, but there's actually like a lot. There's like a lot of bombs in here. There's more bombs still. There's so many bombs in here. There's 15. Maybe even more. But yeah, as you can see, they're trying to flame these guys down, but they're not even phased. They're already hot. So what we want to do is we want to break down some of these walls very quickly. Let's see, what walls would be very convenient. So we're gonna get a ship part here and one here. It would be in our best interest to bomb some of these walls over here. You can barely see them on this map actually, but you can kind of see them still. Let's see. And from there, it doesn't really matter if they go up this way or up that way. Well, it matters a bit, because this way is a bit shorter. We probably don't need to go that extreme. There's a wall here that could help a lot. That's probably why this wall exists. Man, these guys are far. Alright, we'll think about it. Whoa. Alright, let's be careful. Like this. They have the bridge already. They could reduce the time it takes by... Alright, let's go on the other side first. Actually, let's bomb the walls that are required first. This isn't really required, but it would be in our best interest to just bomb it. This one too. So we're running out of time, we really just need to bomb stuff. Oh, there we go. And these guys will be fine as well. Gravity jumper. This is an anti-gravity device that allows a dolphin to swim gracefully through the city of stars like a dolphin. Just need 3 more. Alright, yep, we're good on that. We'll probably be able to... That's not right. Alright. We have all of our Pikmin though, so we should be good. For some reason, this guy thought it was a good idea to not bomb the wall. So yeah, we have 14 now, but we're okay. And I think we're out of time, so let's just get out of here. I didn't use one, but that's fine. It would have had to take a little more planning and effort because of those sheer grubs that were in the way. Shearwigs, actually. Ow! Hit a metal piece of the chair. 4 days since it. Deep in the cave I discovered in the forest, I encountered blue Pikmin. These blue fellows have something resembling gills on their cheeks. They appear to be amphibious, surviving both in water and on land. The wonders of nature never cease to stun me, even on this alien island. Land. Alright, 2 lost in battle. 1 that was... Where was the second one? Probably another bomb. I don't know. I'm losing a lot of Pikmin. Should probably be a little more careful. Let's land in our first region, actually. Now, if we actually come to this region later on, like after day 15 or 13 or so, I believe, there'll actually be unique enemies standing on the wood space. Of course, we're gonna be long gone by then, so we won't see them. These are Gulex and the Matuma, I think. I don't even think we need 15. Let's put 5 back. Actually, no. We'll be fine. Alright, let's quick throw 1 on them so that they can go away. Because you have to hit them like once in order for them to like go away. Otherwise, you kind of just stick around forever and they're just really annoying. Please don't throw a bomb at Beetle. Alright, so there's only a couple of bombs in here, but that's okay because we only really need like 3. Maybe 4. Oh, we got 6. Oh, my finger's bleeding. Great. Yeah, we only need 3. However, we are going to use a bomb on this guy. Because this is the only one that the yellows can reach. The other ones are actually only in the water. Wait. Let's see that. These 2 are in the water. We might get the second pearl, but maybe not. Also, we need this other bomb to help with this wall. So this entire day is going to basically be dedicated to the blues, getting them to an insane amount of numbers, and getting that ship part in there. So yeah, we don't really need these yellow guys anymore. But oh, I don't know. So yeah, we only got like 32 bullets. No, we don't want to use that yet. Let's take out a lot of reds. But here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna use the reds to take down the wall, and that's about it. Yellows can help too. So yeah, this is what 100 Pikmin looks like. It's quite a bit. In fact, it's going to be kind of tough fitting them all up here. You kind of have to wiggle the C-stick around and like back and forth, and even then you may not be able to pass. There. I think that's everyone up. Yep, got them all up. Nice. So we're actually going to want these guys to split up a little bit. Accidentally got a blue. Okay, you know what? That blue can stay. He wants to work on the wall, I guess. So yeah, this should be no problem. That'll be done in a couple seconds. And what are you doing? There's a yellow back here too. What are you doing here? The wall's already done. Okay. Well, I want the blues to carry this back. It's actually also very important that we have 100 Pikmin on the field, because otherwise we're gonna have a hard time plucking up all the blues, because those, I believe, grant 50 Pikmin the pearls. So it's actually very helpful if you get that. So now what we want to do is we want to put these guys on the clam. And what is going on? You have got to be kidding me. What do these guys do? And that's just telling us that 100 Pikmin on the field. Okay, now I'm slightly frustrated. What even happened? Can you please stop doing anything? I just need you to sit still. Why are these guys so spread out? Alright. Alright. Now we can continue in our thing. No. Not now. You can stay there for now. I believe that health also recovers slightly from the enemies. Within time. So you actually don't want to throw the Pikmin directly on top of the item. You want to throw them a little bit onto the side. And that didn't work right. And then you'll want to call them back and pull them back a bit, just so that they can get off. Oop, there we go. I found the positron generator. By combining batteries with solar cells, this machine can generate incredible amounts of electricity. What a timely find. Those instant space noodles will taste better heated up. And this only takes about 20, so we are easily able to carry this back. I think we actually, not quite. We didn't quite fill it. So let's actually take, like, quite a number. There we go. That should do. And let's start making fun of this guy. That's close. Not really. That was very far apart. Quickly. Ooh, that was close. Alright. These guys will bring these back, and that's all the pearls in this area. And that means like 100 blues from this one day. Another thing to note is that that ship part is actually required. Positron generator. This electric generator is so powerful that if you approach it carelessly, you'll get an electric shock. I've now recovered 10 out of 30 parts. Just 2 more. For the next area. Now, the reason why I came here right after getting blues is obviously to just raise the blues number. Very important. As we'll be needing a lot of blues for both Forest Navel and the it's not the perplexing pool in this game, it's the something else. I don't remember. But basically the other area. So yeah, now we have like half the day and not a whole lot left to do. So let's just check up on our numbers. We got about 84 reds, which is good. We have how many? Yeah, roughly 30 yellows, which is good. And how many blues do we have? A lot. So we'll want to keep our number at 100 so that we can get a little more. So I've been losing a lot of yellows kind of recklessly this playthrough, so why are you guys always so spread out? So I'm actually going to help these guys out a little bit. I'm gonna give these guys some more numbers. And alright. Yeah, we got it ready, but that's fine. You can help. You know what? A couple reds good. Yeah, that'll be good. Let's have them fall. And, that requires 20 yellows. Yeah, we may as well. And yes, this actually does require yellows. Not that we even had enough Pikmin in general to get up there and take that down in the first place. I think I only had like 15 yellows in the first place, so we probably want to take away these guys. These guys are all these, but that's alright. We'll just raise up our yellows a little bit, and I think we should be good after that. Probably won't need that many reds. Like, any more than 80, I mean. A trick that I like to do is I like to hold the C-stick up and throw. Because it just makes it faster. I'll demonstrate. So here's normal just mashing A throwing. However, if you hold C-stick up, it brings them all very close to you. So if you do that, then you're able to just throw like crazy. Just mash it. These guys can jump in and help. Will increase, and I think that'll be it for the stage. So actually, let's have these guys become flowers real quick. These leaves here. We're able to. Got a couple of them. Where's the other grass? We already pick it? Put it over here. Maybe we already got it. I don't trust that. No, stay away because I want to end the day. We're good now. Got a whole nice, beautiful array of flowers right there. Alright. I believe I'll be able to do one more day, 6, and by then I'll probably be halfway done with this game. Not really, but just about. And I'll probably end it after day 6, because I do have to be somewhere at 6. Dang, that was so forced. 5 days since impact. I've seen that at times a leaf... Oh, you know what? I'll just skip that. Increased swiftness. Oh yeah, and this is also something I forgot to bring up. Flower Pikmin will actually leave behind seeds after they die in battle. So yeah, now we can see that blue Pikmin went up from nothing, and now they're the most populated. But this is for a purpose. We got quite a bit extra of each Pikmin though, so that's great. It's for a purpose because there's a lot of water in this game. There is so much water. Speaking of water, let's get these guys out immediately. So we don't really need any bombs today, so we don't really need any yellows. So those guys can sit there and rest for a bit. But what we do need is reds and blues. Our first part that we're going to get is going to be this one right here. We're going to get a bunch of reds, a bunch of blues, and we're going to have them simultaneously working on both sides to attain this part, because there is a bridge that needs to be built. That guy's kind of out of the way. We probably don't need to bother him. I'm surprised that they're not going for mist, but that's okay. Alright, we got it. The rest of these guys are female. Actually, these guys can get annoying because these guys, the sheer grubs, are basically termites. They will basically undo your progress on bridges, which they're about to do right now. So, you know what? Let's just beat them up. We can beat them. We can punch. And that's it. They're not going to bother us anymore. 2 ball orbs over there, but we probably don't need to be concerned about it. So yes, it is possible to actually get the Pikmin to that island over there, which I will show in a second. And then over to this spot right here very carefully to get them building the bridge on day 1. However, it is very risky. Don't recommend it. So yeah, these guys are standing here. Because the Pikmin actually have pretty decent swimming mobility, even when they're drowning. I'm not going to demonstrate that because that's mean. These guys are gonna clear these guys out. Alright, we're good. I'm gonna have these guys clear out most of the enemies until I hear the little dingy ding. Which is what I'm going to call it, I guess. It's like doo-doo-doo. And I'll also have these guys carefully clear this out. Hopefully it won't be in range for the other enemy there. Why does this guy sometimes not take damage? Don't scream. Alright, he didn't scream. Great. Alright, so throwing him is actually a better strategy, I just found out. Good to know. Alright, we will need blues for that, though. We'll leave these guys here for later. Are they still building? Oh, wow, they were still building that bridge. Alright, so technically the reds could probably get this, but since the blues are already here, I'll just have the blues do it. I don't believe this takes up too many Pikmin either. I found my Sagittarius. My son gave this to me as a present. It brings to mind the visions of my son back at home on planet Hokatare. Oh, to be back there right now. And yes, you do have to build the bridge. You can't actually just have the blue Pikmin, like, do whatever. They go through the thingy because they'll just get stuck. They won't know what to do. For some reason. Alright, that was pretty fast too. Sagittarius, this was a gift for my son. He must be very worried about it. Now I need one more to increase our capacity. And we're going to go and get our Geiger counter, which is down over here. So you saw that box earlier. We're gonna have to push that aside using these blue Pikmin. And it'll also be in our best interest to... You know what? No, we can carry it back with the red. These guys are all dead already. I don't even remember if I got these guys. So yeah, you can kind of put around the reds to get this box, but it's not a very good idea. Oops. 43? What do you mean? Oh wait, I have 40 Pikmin. I thought I had like 20. Okay, so... Yeah, these guys can... I don't know. There's some bulb orbs over there. Let's play it safe and have the blues carry that. What do I mean? You will see. We actually want these guys to cross over one color at a time. Preferably. Yeah, okay, that works. What I'm scared of is there are multiple Snagrits over here. So I don't want to activate any of them until we got all our guys. I must have acted. What? Wait. Did the number just go down? What just happened? I don't remember losing any Pikmin to anything. Shoot. Okay, well that sucks. We almost made it. We probably don't even need this many Pikmin. Well, that's lame. And it's this one that has the ship part. So what I want to do is we just want to throw it at its head, and eventually we'll get the result that we need, which is it dying. If only it stopped turning its head so much. So yeah, we are actually going to lose a decent amount from this, and I wish it got its head stuck, but ow. Wow, this guy... There we go. There's the Geiger counter. So we'll actually want the blues to carry this, so they can kind of just go off the edge rather than going the entire ways back. This is both faster and safer that. Geiger counter. Every spaceship needs one of these. I don't actually know what it's for, but every once in a while it goes wild and lets out a lot of noise, but I never pay attention to it. So it doesn't do me much good. I really should read the manual on one of these days. Carry some of that back as well, just because it's more convenient than fiddling around with the Pikmin. Just give them what they want sometimes, you know? Alright, so these Pikmin back here are actually safe somehow. kind of just wait for that guy to pass, and we'll... You kidding me? No. Alright, great. He's safe, and this is getting tough to manage these guys. Alright, we got our Geiger counter. This noisy gauge is always letting off spontaneous clicks and buzzes. It can be kind of annoying. We can now increase our range. Again. We got our whisk up. And it's overall looking more like a spaceship. Please come over here. Alright, do we have everyone in this area? Yes, we do. Alright, so we lost roughly... I don't know how many. I believe we lost like 4? Maybe 6 from that fight. What are these guys doing right next to this ball board right here? How do these guys get here? Alright, we actually want this to be our last day here, because we only have, what, 1 ship part left, so let's hurry up. We gotta make this count. Let's go the other way. Did this guy trip? Come on. Let's take a look at our radar. Yep, everyone's over here. Some extra blues. I think we lost more reds probably than blues, especially because of drowning. But that's alright. We really need to rush now because we don't have much time left for everything. Alright, so what we gotta do now is get rid of these because otherwise the Pikmin will get distracted and hit these things anyways. Annoying. Alright. Actually, we lost like 10. And we'll actually want these guys to be up here. Come on, Blues, you got this. Okay, let's take some yellows, actually, now that I think about it. Because there's a black wall up there, which we're gonna need to break down somehow. Easiest way, bombs, of course. Thought about this one wall. Gonna cost us quite a bit of time that we really need. We are not going to come back here. Please hurry up and grab the bombs. You don't need a bomb. Alright, let's go. You don't want the bomb people to start drowning. Not because they make it explode, it's just because they drop it into the water and you'll never get it back because blues do not pick up bombs. Alright, we want to be careful with these guys. These guys are armed. We do not want to call them. Stay down here. Alright. Wait! Ooh, that was close. No. No. Yes. Yellows can stay back here-ish. I can get them when I'm gonna call back the blues. Yep. None are left over, so let's just hurry up and get rid of this guy. So you want to do this. You just want to quickly do this. Hopefully I can get him in one cycle, and I did. Okay. You actually don't want to use the C-stick method on that guy, because otherwise you'll end up just... Where's the part? You end up just, like, bonking off of his front part, or his shell, or whatever, and he won't actually be able to aim properly, because he's moving forwards all the time. At last, my radiation canopy. This turns the harsh radiation of deep space into a soft infrared rays that are easy on the body. I'll sleep like a baby once I get this back on the ship. Alright, so let's put as many Pikmin as possible on this because we have no time at all. We are in negative time. That is how much time we have. Please carry that back. Not the thingy. Help him. Alright, that's the max, I believe. Make sure we got everyone. These guys are carrying stuff back. These guys are near the ship. Alright, we're all good. Everything seems to be working out. Please don't get distracted by grass. Because I believe they're not in your, like, squad if they're, like, doing something random, like beating up a flower. So that'll actually... You'll actually end up losing them. Here are the guys. And right there. Radiation canopy. I'll have to inspect it later to make sure it isn't cracked. I'll be in for even more trouble if I have any radiation leaks. Now discovered 13 out of 30 parts. There are actually no more new areas for us to unlock, and since we have all the parts and all the things we need, we can actually just go to Sunset, because we can't even do anything else anyways within the countdown. So yeah, we're actually a little more than halfway through the game. "6 days since impact. I've managed to increase the range of the dolphin. Looking from the dolphin's portal as it launches ever higher into the sky, I see a vast wetland in the deepest parts of the forest. I shall call it the Distant Spring. I can begin my exploration for it tomorrow. For now, I must sleep." Yeah, we lost a little bit of reds. We lost a bit of blues, but we got some back as well, so it's about even. I might have to spread a little more reds, but at most I'll only need to sprout like 5 or 10. Bam. Area's complete. We don't have to go back here. We don't have to go back here. So all we have left is the stuff in the Forest Navel and the Distant Spring. We got just about all the Pikmin we need for the rest of the game, and we're only on day 6. If I make a prediction, I think we're gonna finish on day 13. Maybe 14. What was yesterday's log? We've been doing stuff so fast, Olimar doesn't have time to, like, make unique discoveries. It's all the default stuff, for the most part. Because there's stuff that Olimar's, like, basically always going to document, like yellow Pikmin, blue Pikmin, the sprouts and how they grow whenever he ranges up. But there's a lot of unique entries that he has about each, like, enemy, if you spend a day, like, not doing anything. They're worth a look if you're interested. But I don't believe I'll be able to have time for another session because I have, or another day rather, because I have things that I have to do later on. So next session we will likely be able to finish up, or if not, be very close to finishing up Pikmin. So in the meantime, I'm gonna go find someone to host. If I don't find anyone, I suppose I'll just end the stream. But I do believe my good friend SNES is streaming, so we can just walk in and say hey before I gotta go. Oh, it's Elements. I believe he's playing Smash. Let me see. I know, having Chrome up is not a good idea, computer. Just don't crash on me yet. Oh, the Mario Kart 8. Alright. We found our target. And let's see. You guys think raid messages are a thing? Well, of course they're. Why do we keep doing this forced laugh? Alright. Enough with this dumb forced laugh. It's awkward, it's awful, I hate it. You guys probably hate it. Let's do away with it. Alright. What's our raid message gonna be? You know what? Fine. That's gonna be our raid message. Or maybe not. Do we have enough people for a raid? How many people are, like... What's the unspoken rule for required, like, people to have a raid? Should I just host it? I don't know. I feel like I'd look dumb if I just came in with a raid of, like, one guy. So you know what? I guess we'll just host. We'll just host him. How about that? So yeah, if you guys... The heck? If you guys like Mario Kart, you'll probably enjoy Element's stream right now. So in the meantime, I'll see you guys next time. Stay frosty.